Hi, this is Robbie with Tickner Photography. A week ago or so, the firmware update for the a77 came out, and it looks like it's able to make the camera a little bit faster, and it fixes a few bugs, and it adds support for some extra lenses. So I'm about to upgrade my firmware, and I thought I would show you exactly how it works. It's really easy to do. You just need to follow the instructions, and it should get you through it. The one thing to note when you're doing a firmware update is you basically reset the camera to factory defaults. So you're going to want to write down any of your memory settings, anything that you might forget. I don't use the memory very often. The one thing that I do need to write down is micro adjustments for my lenses. I only have one lens that needs a autofocus micro adjustment, and that's my Tamron 70-200 2.8. It's a +4. So I just wrote that down. Now I'm going to plug it into the computer and get the ball rolling. Let's get started. Okay, so our first step is to go to the Sony support website, type in our model number, and then download the firmware update. Also open this link, which takes you to the actual directions on how to do the update. It lists a couple of the improvements, but apparently a bunch of websites have found that there are more benefits to doing this than just what's listed here. So we're going to follow these directions pretty much to the letter. So turn on our camera, menu button, version. We want to make sure that we're looking at version 1.06 because we're about to install 1.07. So now what we need to do is restore the camera to factory defaults. Effectively, we have to go to Initialize, Reset Default. Alright, so now it wants us to turn off the camera and remove the battery. So we've done that now. Now we want to make sure our USB connection is set to mass storage, and now we're going to actually start the firmware update. So now following the directions, we have already downloaded firmware updater, so we're going to double click on it, allow. This will get started, it'll give us directions. It says turn on the camera, camera's already turned on. Going to attach our USB cable. USB cable is now connected. Connect the camera to the USB cable, click next. Now the firmware is going to check our version. So the camera is currently at 1.06, we're about to upgrade to 1.07. That looks correct. Okay, so we press OK. Now we press the next button here. And here we go. It is now being uploaded to the camera. Camera appears to be off, but it is doing something. It's a good idea to have a fully charged battery before you begin this process. About halfway done. About 80%. And there we are. The camera appears to automatically reset itself, and it says the update process has been finished. So we click Finish. Now we'll turn off the camera, we'll spin it around, and we'll check our version. Turn it on. Version 1.07. Alright, perfect. Off. It seems to wake up and power off a little bit faster than it used to. And there we are officially finished. I will put in the description below a link to this page so you can download the firmware yourself. And I'll also try and make a list of some of the improvements that this update will provide to the camera. So I hope you found this somewhat useful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.